Gemstone, shouty. Yeah, I'm gonna chop it up real quick with y'all, real quick to talk about Venus before we go motherfucking live, cause today motherfucking Friday. So you know, today you can do a motherfucking Venus spell, and this motherfucking Venus spells ain't hard. Matter of fact, Venus got the motherfucking best spells out in this motherfucker. We just gotta make sure we don't overindulge into that goddamn shit. Shout out to J Smooth, Angel South. So yeah, the thing about Venus is you have to make sure that you just don't overindulge in that energy. But it's always going to be placed there for you if you align yourself with that goddamn energy in some way, shape, or form. So keep that in mind also. Cassandra and this motherfucking Spliffy. So, being that it's motherfucking Friday, you want to make sure that you're giving energy. Oh shit! You want to make sure that you're giving energy to whatever sign that Venus is in. So right now we got Venus in Gemini. So right now you want to make sure you express your love, appreciation, value, relatability in some type of way when it comes to communication. You know what I'm saying? So communication right now is that you want to be relatable in some way, shape, or form. And even though that may be hard, because you know Mercury is in water, it put us all into a situation where it may be hard to communicate how we truly feel. But as long as we make it more relatable, you participating in the energy that Venus like at the moment. So keep that in mind also. And then here's the thing, Venus is still in hell. It's in that first nakshatra of goddamn Gemini. So we dealing with Hades energy, Perseus. So you might cut somebody's head off for the sake of something that you love. Now when I say cut somebody's head off, that means throw a stone at them, create a sword with your words, and cut them deeply. Or, you know what I'm saying, just make somebody feel disgusted with you because you're looking at them like you can't appreciate them in some type of way, shape, or form. So you get real nasty and disgruntled about it. So you want to make sure you don't put yourself in that kind of space. Because for the most part, and it's going in retrograde, you may utilize past love scenarios and past vibrations and shit like that in order to correlate how you look at love right now. And if you went through a bunch of fucked up love scenarios and shit like that, that's going to be unhealthy, because what you're going to be doing is carrying unhealthy energy into the space that we in right now. So you need to make sure that you don't be doing that either. You know what I'm saying? Because and then a lot of us who experience good relationships are probably in a good relationship right now. We go overboard with that goddamn shit to the point that we're talking down on others who may not be in relationships as good as ours. And their relationship may not be as bad, but for the most part, who is you to sit on your high horse because you might got something going on a little better? So, you know what I'm saying, you might be in a position where you can talk a little more than you usually can talk. So keep that in mind also. You want to make sure that you don't do that either. You know what I'm saying? All of this is about doing your daily 360, like, you know what I'm saying? Because when we're talking about Venus, right, knowing your alignment, this is like a conversation you can have within your own mind, how you correlate your day, ringing around Venus. Because you already separated how your angles go with Venus, so then you step yourself out like you are Venus. And if today Venus is the main attraction, if today Venus is getting the most attention because it's Friday, then you know that that's the energy you need to participate in. So all the other planets that's aligned to Venus, you need to act accordingly like you was Venus. You know what I'm saying? So for an example, like the sun is in Gemini also. So you know that you acting as Venus, as soon as you start to communicate, it might get attention. It might get the spotlight. You know what I'm saying? You might get other people who shine light on it. You might get attention for whatever you're communicating about right now. And so as long as you know the other alignments, you know whatever you're getting ready to communicate ain't gonna be no bullshit or some shit that should go in one ear and not the other for somebody else. Oh, 1 second, y'all. So yeah, you know, utilizing Venus, show some love. This show some love day, this support day. If you supporting your own desires or helping and co-supporting someone else's, and you will manifest that energy back to you in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us got a lot of energies in Virgo or Scorpio or motherfucking Aries. So it might be a little harder for you to express love the way it's supposed to be expressed. Like, it might be certain things that love deal with for you can receive love that a common Virgo, Scorpio, or Aries may look at like, hold on, that ain't love. That's me opening myself up and manifest in a situation where I might be vulnerable or some shit like that. And it's really not that. You know what I'm saying? That's why oh man, why the fuck I keep getting on this street and all these fucking FedEx trucks? That's why, one second. That's why an Aries, Scorpio, or a Virgo can learn a lot from a Pisces, Libra, or Taurus, because the way that these signs correlate love and things of that nature. And a lot of times it looked like circumstances where the Aries and Virgo and motherfucking Scorpio wouldn't even tread. You know what I'm saying? And it goes differently. For Scorpios, it's water. You wouldn't release certain emotions and feelings. You wouldn't even tread in that area for that sake of whatever you think love is in some way, shape, or form. Aries, it's certain things. You the external side of Mars. It's certain feelings or actions you wouldn't show for the sake of thinking that you the only one showing this, but another person wouldn't show that back to you. Virgo, it goes in the aspect of what's being practical and how you think. You like, damn, we need to make sure we got security and this makes sense. What the fuck is love that don't got anything to do with security or safety or having somewhere to go? You mean to tell me love is just a feeling? even if we both homeless? You know what I'm saying? Nah. Virgos won't tread that field. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you gotta understand how things play out when signs that lack in Venus and then signs that got more Venus. But here's the thing. Motherfucker, Pisces, Libras and Tauruses, when it comes to passion though, motivation, aka your own desires, regardless of someone else involved with it or not, then that's what you can learn from a Virgo or a Scorpio or Aries. See what I'm saying? Because y'all signs lack Mars. Now I mean to say Pisces, Cancer. Not Pisces, Cancer. Because Mars fall in Cancer. So Cancers, y'all can learn about passions and motivations and desires from a Virgo, Aries, or a Scorpio. And that's why a lot of y'all clash with Scorpios. So I keep getting in the lane I can't stand. Damn. But yeah. So that's why if you a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, and you got a close person to you that's a Scorpio, that's why y'all clash a lot of times. Because the Scorpio may see something in you that they don't see in themselves. Like they might see something in you, like you like passion or something like that. So in order for them to get it out of you, they play tit for tat or may point something at you that's wrong with you. And they might not even really look at that like that's what's wrong with you. They just want to see how you react. And if you act in a mood or emotion, you showing that Scorpio that, okay, that is what's actually wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? And so you got to make sure that you don't let no Scorpio sting your ass, not knowing that you're getting stung in certain ways, shapes, forms. It'd be a light sting. And then before you know it, you got a person who know everything about you, but you don't really know shit about them. So you really thought you had a friend, but you really got someone that know everything going on with you, but this person got whole other shit going on that you ain't even really participated in. You ain't even know everything. So you gotta keep that in mind also. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, for the most part, we're dealing with Venus today. So, you know, with that air, you know, make sure it's a little light. Make sure it's not too heavy. It's not in water or it's not in fire. So that means don't make it too heavy. That means don't think too hard to the point it step into you emotionally reacting and responding to these things. Make sure it's light enough that it can be communicated. It ain't no thought that turn into so much of a heavy an emotion that it's something that you rather not communicate with because it may fuck up your mood today. Now you want to make sure everything that's on your mind dealing with the Venus energy is correlated with lightness in some way, shape, or form, to the point that it's not so harsh that it can't be communicated in some way, shape, or form. So we want to make sure that stays in our thoughts, our ideas, all that shit. Keep that light. And therefore, you working in the aspect of how Venus is right now. And Venus is uncomfortable because she's kind of lazy. She's kind of weak because she's in retrograde and things of that nature. So it puts her in a situation where she have to go backwards. Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely save this and shit like that. Hopefully the motherfucker Wi-Fi is working now and shit in this motherfucker. Cause that shit was blurry as hell when I seen that shit on YouTube. But cause I want to run down all the planets. Like right now I'm just running down Venus, but not even really the aspect of how I want to break it down in order and things of that nature. Because every day is a ritual. You don't want to never you walk outside in somebody else's ritual. So you want to make sure you got yourself intact, you got your own shapes and forms, signs and sigils before you get outweighed and have to interact with the world. And people might say that's pseudo, but when you think about it, That's what you're in. When you going out and not knowing what you have to do in your life, you have to go out and figure out, you have to go here, you have to get this job, you have to do this, that, and the third. These are rituals and spells you're participating in. And when you look at it, these are rituals and spells you have nothing to do with. You have to participate and act accordingly just to get in that. So that's my whole purpose of saying that. It's not actually pseudo. It's just making sure when you go outside in the worldwide ritual, you got your own rituals and spells to deflect certain things like that also. Which is why crystals and gems and shit like that is important. And understanding the alignments is important. Because not only do you know what day, you're not just lost into their versions of these stars, aka they tell you it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but you know the esoteric energy of it. You know it's dealing with the moon day. Tuesday is Mars day. So for the most part, you know what kind of energy spectrum that we gonna be in and what they utilize it for. That's why you gotta keep that in mind. Think about it. Tuesday is Mars energy, so that's competitive energy. So that's why in the music business back then, when they were selling CDs and shit before it was streaming and shit like that, everybody's CDs came out on Tuesday and shit like that. Movies come out on Friday because that's the day to enjoy or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Your moods get fucked up on Monday because the week start over again, because you just came out of a day of praise, which everybody fight to relax that day, which is supposed to be Sunday. But a lot of y'all work on Sunday, aka work for their lords and shit like that. But at the same time, Saturday is supposed to be the Sabbath day. They got y'all working on the motherfucking days that y'all supposed to be motherfucking relaxing and shit like that, and paying attention to your own individuality. They got y'all restricting their shit while they don't gotta work. That's why big businesses is closed on Saturdays, but just for you to want some money in your life, why the fuck this nigga all up on me like that? Just for you to have some motherfucking money in your life, you gotta be happy with having a job that have you working on motherfucking Saturday. So you got to keep that in mind also. But the shit crazy. But today Venus, so it doesn't matter what we're participating out in the world. We just got to make sure we're doing Venus and Gemini energy, and then we'll be motherfucking all right. And make sure we're doing it in the alignment that we're supposed to do in there. Now check this out. I'm about to make a move real quick, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. You know, fans and shit like that be tracking motherfuckers' locations and all this kind of shit. So I'm gonna be right back on y'all, and then we're going live tonight. Hopefully the Wi-Fi is straight. See, that's already bugging. Yeah, see, look, they already watching. But yeah, I'm about to double back, y'all. I'm coming right back in this motherfucker. So yeah, I'm gonna holla at y'all. Love y'all in this motherfucker. Let's say die, y'all. Let's say die, y'all.